Yeah, we're back.
Yeah,
Hey.
we back.
Guys, happy last. Nope.
No.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Yet so far.
Guys,
So bad.
the point was like May is ending. Happy
It's not.
second to last
Not yet.
week.
Sip of the coffee, huh? All right,
We
we
get
need
some.
it.
I'm working late.
The color of that coffee
And I'm a
Singer.
singer.
You don't
just
think
hurts
it's
my
good?
stomach. No, it's just looking at the color of that.
That's that me espresso. Welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
Together we are
Ryan and John.
back again. Yeah! Just two guys podcasting.
That's what it is.
What the Podcast with Ryan and John. You know what it's called. On the couch, as always, we've got our lovely
Oh, there are people here. I thought it was just you and me.
dynamic duo of foils to our shenanigans.
Yes. The
We've got
foilers. The foilers.
we got a Cara Tafoya here. No, I didn't say both of your names yet.
Okay, well, you're taking too long. Hurry
And
up.
Come on.
introducing this week from GPW, that's probably better than Annie. We've got Annie the Scove
GPWA.
Scovman. Go ahead. Always
How's it
fresh,
feel, huh?
never frozen. Feels good.
Awesome.
Feels good.
I love when my friends have a good time.
yeah,
It's good to see
we
it.
were just talking about that.
Oh, you think we're friends?
when you guys go?
You and Kara
I think you guys have
Oh,
seen
we're
each other
friends.
too much this week.
Who? Me and
all of
Annie.
you.
Me and John.
All of you.
that is true.
can't
We
That
do
is
spend
true.
Can't
We did
compute.
spend some time this
some
week.
time together.
Oh, should we just
Without
jive
me.
right into it?
What did we
Well,
do this week,
you're
guys?
wearing the hats, and I'm wearing the hat, which I
Oh.
shouldn't be. But
No, you should because we made sure to get one for
I
you.
want you to know I smuggled that hat out of that audition for you underneath mine.
So that was
okay,
crazy.
first of all, smuggle
Completely
is so
unintentional.
wild because they were giving us so many hats. They kept coming up with us with hats, and finally I was
Annie,
like,
you're jumping the gun. You're jumping the
I
gun.
already got a hat.
Hold on, wait.
What? What are you doing?
He's looking up the music.
I want the.
really?
Yeah, I want the.
Yeah, okay, let's make it so we can't get monetized.
well, it doesn't matter anyways. I was gonna connect.
Oh, I missed the part where they say the thing.
Wow, this is riveting podcasting.
We'll just do it. We'll just do it. We were on Wheel of Fortune auditions.
auditions.
No, we weren't actually on the show, of course.
Thank you, Kara. Auditions.
Yes,
Yeah.
this week they had an open call for Wheel of Fortune. Is it still going?
Yeah, it is. I just was getting
Right here in sunny San Diego,
Uh-huh.
out at Sequan Casino.
Yes.
Wow.
I'd never been to Sequoia
Where the
Casino.
what's their little slogan? Sequans, where the winners always win, or something.
When
or-
you're here, you're family.
oh nice,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
very nice.
Where the players play, I believe.
players
Joe
play.
Musgrove did a commercial out
Hey,
there.
oh,
Hey,
Yes.
there he is.
By
Joe,
the
you
way-
want to say
by
anything
the
back there? No, he's good.
No.
He's coming off the IL tomorrow.
He said
so
no. Oh, was he? Did he get hurt?
He was on the IL and he's coming off tomorrow.
Let's not lose the thread. We went to Wheel of Fortune auditions, and let's just give you a brief rundown of what this looked like. Kara couldn't go; she had some stuff going on. She had a show, but Annie, John, and I all went.
Yes.
We met at Sequan,
Surprisingly.
and right upon arrival, there was a long line
Yeah.
of.
Went by really quick though. I'll say.
I don't know who I thought would be auditioning for Wheel of Fortune on a Saturday, kind of mid morning. It basically wasn't that. It was like people that
Anybody
were.
that was
It
at
seemed
Sequan.
like people that were already at the casino.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
retirees, older people, and us. So we were there.
Retirees,
Yeah.
older people,
Yeah.
which is
All
basically
kinds.
the same
all kinds.
category.
Well,
No, there
not
was
always.
one woman who cut us in line
Yep.
to get to the bar that was next to the line
That was
to
crazy.
get
gotta-
a Miller Lite
Yeah.
at 10 a.m.
Un-
Try not
unrelated.
to read that into that at
No,
all.
and then later I saw her cut in
audition,
line in the audition.
I'm fairly certain that she didn't know it was happening
No.
and then was like buying her beer at 10 a.m. and then was like, what? Auditions for Wheel of Fortune? I watched that show.
yeah,
beer
it
at
was-
10
Jumped
a.m.
in.
was a tough choice.
and she was wearing a leopard print coat.
Maybe she was already hungover.
So many
No.
characters. It
Needed-
could have been.
Needed
It
that
truly
hair
was
of the dog.
great people watching.
So, anyways, they usher us all into this theater, which is kind of like tucked away in the back of the casino. It's this like massive theater and honestly, like really nice. Like the seats were nice. There was like high tech, whatever. It was like, we find out that they have, shows come and
Yeah, we were seeing the little revolving updated concert series, and there was like weird names.
lot
Like
of people
the
go there.
Jacksons.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the last 3 remaining Jacksons. I'm like, what?
Yep.
They're coming to this theater?
kind of big names. But anyways, we sit down in this theater and it's chaos. It's like every seat is filled. And there's like these 2 party pumper hosts.
Most
They're NBC
insufferable
hosts.
people I've ever met.
And turns out they're married. It's like this
By the way, if we get on the show, we're gonna have to remove this because
No, I want it up.
No,
fine.
because I asked, and these people
You
aren't
didn't sign
related.
an NDA.
Yeah, these
Well,
people
but
aren't
it's not gonna be
related.
good. We're gonna see these people again.
No,
probably. They're-
I don't care if I see this man who deemed
Uncle
himself
Joe?
Uncle Joe.
Yeah, we're using names and everything.
And listen, I asked where he got the nickname from. He gave it to himself.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed Uncle Joe, whose wife was his co-host. I don't care if I ever see that man again in my life.
They kept making a lot of swingers jokes, but that's not beside the point.
Yes,
they are
they did.
hyping up the crowd. They're
They're trying their best.
Are you ready to get to see Wheel of Fortune auditions? They're like kind of telling us like what the process is going to be when you get backstage. There's going to be a producer. He's going to do this and this and this to you. And then also there was a bunch of staff wearing these Wheel of Fortune shirts throwing out a bunch of merch.
Red shirts.
What a
is what he kept
job.
calling them.
What a
Yes,
job.
the red shirts
Yeah.
because they were in these
It
red
took
Wheel of
him
Fortune
way
shirts.
too long to ask them their names. Mm-hmm. The man
He's
who was
like, what's the red shirt
monitoring
back
the
there?
line,
Red shirt back there.
He was like, red shirt, tell me when, red shirt. And finally he's like, what's your name?
Yeah.
And the kid, the guy's like, William.
Yep. And
William.
part of me kind of, John, you're a wedding DJ.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to pump up a crowd that doesn't want to be pumped up.
Yes, yeah.
About halfway through us sitting there, we're sitting in this audience, right? So it's mass hysteria. Everybody's going crazy. They're throwing out shirts. They're throwing out We got these hats. Hey.
Heyo.
In case you didn't notice the
ain't
Wheel of
Texas.
Fortune. Woo. And we also snuck a fourth one for my lovely wife, Karen.
Yeah.
I should give it to Tina.
She was on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
She was on Wheel of Fortune?
Yes.
She was
I
actually on
immediately
it.
called her and said, "You'll never guess where Ryan is right now."
So,
That's
so maybe
wild.
I've got
Died.
some of that mojo. By the way, for the listeners, I'm like 90% sure I'm getting on Wheel of Fortune.
Well, you dressed for the part that day.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Annie. Go ahead.
Ryan and I carpooled. I pull up to his house. He walks out, and he's in this like what can only be described as an old man plaid
And
shirt.
Annie can't even wait till he gets to the car. She rolls down the
She
window.
rolls down the window and yells out her window, "Why are you dressed like that?"
I thought you were dressing for the part. And I
What
said, you know
what is
like,
the part
the
in
part
your
of
mind?
what?
What is the part?
The part is you want the little old ladies back at home to be like, that reminds me of my husband, a young Joe
By the way,
back
it's
in
not
the
something
50s.
that people vote on. It's not like,
No,
oh,
but you
if I
want them
get
to, like,
the
you
crowd
want them to,
favorite.
like,
He's looking
they're
for the award
casting
of crowd
knowing
favorite.
their audience.
No, man.
They're like, our audience is these people, these old retirees.
Yeah.
And they would love this guy in this old man
This
shirt.
young
Yeah,
buck
I'm glad
in
it
a-
wasn't
in
an
a
audience
collared
full of
shirt.
Annies because I would have caught shit the
You-
entire
people
time.
like,
we
you
would
know
have torn
what?
you apart.
It was so
And then,
good.
like, I thought she was just like, busting my balls, whatever. Like, an hour later, she's like, yeah, so that shirt, like, wow, what a choice.
She
I'm
was
like,
what
dang,
does Kara,
dude.
what does Kara think about that shirt?
I'm like, what do you
mean,
mean?
like-
It's just a
I
shirt
was
I
still
wear.
asleep when you left, so
That's okay. You've seen me wear the shirt before. I wear the shirt all the time. I've had it
I
for
said it
a while.
put some, matching plaid shorts on.
Matching plaid shorts.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's
So
just
out
Get
of
you some
pocket.
Bermuda
So out of
shorts that
pocket.
match.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's
It was so
Anyways,
really
funny because we were at lunch afterwards, and Ryan like finally has had enough with Annie giving him crap about the shirt. So he goes, he looks over at me. He's like, she's been dunking on my shirt
all day long for no reason. Like, just fully just getting me. Like, as soon as the day started.
You saw the shirt, Kara. What do you think of the shirt now that we have you here?
it's nice.
You like it?
Thank you.
It's a nice shirt for an old man.
Whatever. So obviously the deck is already stacked against me. We go into this place. These two are dunking on me. We get into the room. It's mass hysteria. And who walks out but Maggie Sajak?
And I knew you were going to say this because you already sent me the photo of you and Maggie
Yes.
before you even got here.
I, of course, had to get a selfie.
so insert here.
So insert it right there. Maggie Sajak, me. And I know who she is because, side note, I watched the show.
We watch Wheel of Fortune
We watch
all the
Wheel of
time.
Fortune all the time. It's back
And
to back
that's why
Wheel
I
of Fortune,
think
Jeopardy.
you will get on the show.
Yeah, of course, because I've got the mojo. Okay.
Yeah.
Annie was like, we had to pull up an episode of the show on the way there because she was like,
I'd never
okay, so
seen
how
it.
does this work? I'm like, what do you mean, how does this
It
work?
probably is on the background of my grandparents' house, but I never watched it.
Anyways, so we're there. So I get a selfie with Maggie Sajak.
No, my favorite part about that is Ryan takes a selfie with her. He's like, "Can I get a selfie?" Takes a selfie. 2 seconds later, she walks down a little bit further, and this like old crusty man gets a selfie with her, and Ryan goes, "Is that who I am to her?" I looked. I said, "Yeah, but he has a better shirt on."
no
Whatever.
way.
So lame.
Yeah,
lame.
it was funny.
They open it up to
Ryan
question
by the
and
way,
answer.
hold on. By the way, Ryan was
Yeah.
intoxicated by Maggie for just a little second.
He was
of his life.
I was
He
was
starstruck. I was
intoxicated.
starstruck.
And
would've
Maggie
been
takes
too.
the stage. Maggie takes the stage to do a Q&A.
Yes. Okay, so I'm telling you, my question was, I watched the show.
No.
I watched the show. You can say how it came out, but what I was trying to ask is like, hey, when they spin the wheel, like, is it super hard to spin the wheel? Is it really heavy?
But that's not what you said.
That's not what I said.
It was the best because again we had just done this bit about how he was starstruck about Maggie. We're like,
Yeah.
and so we were joking about asking like, "Will you marry me?"
Will you marry me?
And then Ryan goes up and I'm like, "Okay, he watched the show. He's gonna ask something inquisitive,
yeah,
right?"
Uncle Joe
He goes-
comes over with the
Long
mic.
time, first time.
He goes, "How much does the wheel weigh?"
He goes, how heavy's the wheel?
I said how heavy. Did I say how much does the wheel
No, you
weigh
said
or how heavy is the
How
wheel?
heavy is the
wheel?
wheel? My
How
bad.
heavy is the wheel?
And
That sounds
That's a
normal,
normal
right?
question.
And Maggie goes, I don't really know. Like, I guess I'd have to ask maybe some of the crew members. I think
She's
a couple,
like,
couple
oh,
thousand
that's.
pounds.
She goes, that's a good question. I don't know how heavy it
And
is.
I know for a
Maybe
fact some
1,000?
schlep just Googled it, and then they were like 2,000 pounds. I'm like, that's not what I was asking.
And the moment they walk away, John and I are like, that was your question.
The whole
Out
time.
of everything.
The whole
Everyone
time.
else is like, what was it like to grow up with a dad who does this show?
okay.
And,
You
all
can't
this
tell
stuff.
me-
retirement.
Yeah,
And he goes,
everyone was
"How heavy
asking
is the wheel?"
stupid questions too, so it's not like I was like not
No,
among
those
friends.
are questions about her life, bro.
No,
Those are
dude.
questions that she can answer. How the hell would she know as a 29-year-old woman
Okay.
how heavy the
In
wheel is?
retrospect-
She
touched the
should,
wheel.
honestly, she should know because she's taking over.
Well, that was somebody asked her. They were like, when Vanna White retires, are you going to be the next Vanna White? And she said, well, I don't know. She was very
She
like,
basically was like, Vanna does a great
Elusive.
job. Classic, very
yes.
like.
She's
Yeah.
like,
Pol-
I hope Vanna
she's ready
stays forever.
Yeah, listening to her answer questions, she's ready for politics. She was
Yeah,
like
she is.
very
Well, she grew up in that life. I mean, her dad's been famous her whole
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
You know, I'm sure she's kind of been
great
coached on that.
media training
Yeah.
there. Anyways, I made a fool of myself in front of Maggie.
Yeah,
and
Maggie's never marrying you
hopefully
now.
when I get on the show, it won't that's not going to happen again. So probably won't happen.
Well, and then we got up, we get in line, we finally
Yes.
get called.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Halfway through is like the natives start getting restless. Like the people in the audience are like, somebody starts asking Uncle Joe, like, when are we going to, we've been waiting here for an hour and a half. Like, when are we going to go up? Because they kept like calling rows.
And all
Like,
the
okay,
app-
next row.
And all the applications were numbered, and so some woman's like having like a real argument with this
Uncle
idiot,
Joe. They wanna
get back
Uncle
to
Joe.
gambling.
And
Yeah.
she's like,
That's
my
totally what it
number
was.
says 500 or whatever. She's like, but you just let somebody go, and they have like a 7, and he was like, I have to ask because first he's like, I don't have.
He's
anything
like,
to do
I'm
with
not
it.
in charge. He's
And
like, I'm
then
just party pumping
He
right
went and
now.
found it. He's like they're not going. The applications were shuffled. It doesn't matter
Yes.
what number you
Yes.
have. And so yeah, there's a lot of chaos. But
After
again,
a lot of chaos, they finally call us up. Annie is what you were about to say.
Yeah, they call us up. We finally get in line. And listen, I've been sitting here talking to these two, bimbos. I was like, I need human interaction.
Bimbos.
Every other person I see, I start trying to chat up the little lady. I'm like, okay, what can I do?
I could tell you were caged for a while because you were
was.
very social. Like,
I was
Yeah.
like, hey,
unusually social.
I learned their little names, all the red shirt people. I'm like, hey, William, just let me know when you're ready for me. I'll hop on in there. Like, come on, William, let's go. Do you work here often? Like, what's
what I
the
love about
vibe?
you, and I think it's your time in politics.
It
You
is.
love to commiserate with like the lowest rung of employees.
Yes,
like you're
she
always
loves
like,
it.
hey, long shift,
Will,
right?
like
How
always
long are you
using
here?
them, like using nicknames like Willie. Like, hey, Willie.
Yeah, we get up
Like,
to
what
like
the
the
heck?
last girl before we get on stage, and I'm like, how long's your shift? How long you here for?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she's like lunch at 2. I was like, you're almost there. This is chaos, isn't
And
it?
she kept asking him like high level questions. She's like, so what happens after this? She goes, I don't know.
I don't know.
And I'm like, okay, give me tips. What should I do? How
She
do I
goes,
get on?
Be energetic.
At one point, I asked her, I go, do you think they'll like his shirt?
Oh,
And that was,
no.
I think, when I
So
broke
lame.
Ryan. He
So
was like,
lame.
okay. And she like looked at the shirt. She's like, yeah.
You tried really hard to shake me right before we went in, but I was unfazed.
Unfazed.
I
You
was
were not
ready.
fazed.
So she was gonna split us up. She grabbed me and
Oh.
she's like, okay, you can go in the last
and
group.
I was like, Annie, go, because I don't want to be in the same
I
group
was like,
as Annie.
okay.
Which, I hate to break it to you,
What's that?
probably would have been the best because in those kind of auditions, it was the same with American Idol.
Oh no.
You are sent to like different tents.
Yes.
Sure.
And normally the producers are only allowed to choose one person out of each group.
Oh, there you go.
It's me.
Is it?
Sorry,
It's
guys.
one of you two.
Is it?
I
Sorry,
don't want to be
guys.
on the damn show.
John,
couldn't
I
even
thought you
call
did
me.
pretty
Do
well.
not.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You hate these game show things.
He
Exactly.
likes quality time with his friends.
literally-
Quality time with his friends.
I tried
want
so
John's
hard the
going.
morning up to be like, maybe I should watch The Boys. Like, I don't remember. My brother needs help moving or something. And I was like, nothing was coming
By the
up.
way, I could sense that it was in the air. I was like, John's gonna bail. I
And
was
then,
like,
and then
I don't
in
know.
the back of my head, I was like, I seriously did not want to go. And then I was like, I'll just go and like, if it's a long
Dude.
wait or something. What I liked about it is that we really decided that at one point we were like, if we don't get called up by 12:30,
Well, yeah.
we're gonna go get lunch. And I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
like that energy.
John
I-
loves when I signal post. I'm like, hey, buddy, in 1 hour, if we haven't moved, we can go
I've talked
home.
about my game show experience on the show. I hate game shows.
Yeah.
I hate
exactly.
them.
But
auditioning.
Dude, I
You
feel like
auditioned again.
in terms of like games you can go on, like that don't make you look stupid. Like you don't have to like say a bunch of stuff.
You could look
I
stupid.
feel like people on Wheel of Fortune generally are just like, yeah, I'm here to play, and they play the game, and then they win like $50,000 or something.
That's true.
Like it's huge.
I don't like when they and this
Risk
is,
to
this
reward
is the
is
second
good.
round that I'm not going to get to, which is great.
Yes.
is like they make you like okay now like be
It's
really
the mock.
excited.
Yes.
Be really excited, and
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'm not a freaking dog. Like
Yeah.
like I'm. And
Welcome
I'm
to
also, who are you?
entertainment.
John, I hate to break it to you.
I am a
You
freaking dog.
put yourself out on the internet weekly. You put yourself out
Yeah,
there.
but I get to
in the
choose how
same
I
way.
react. Like I don't like auditioning as a monkey for these random producers.
Right.
I'll be
Then
a
for them to
monkey.
go,
Yeah.
ooh, it just wasn't there. It's like, okay, well, screw you. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, Kara, you should have been there.
I know.
You could have.
Listen.
for
I
sure
was
gone.
It's in my
dying because
genes.
you
Okay.
love
We get into the
game shows.
tent, and it's the three of us
And
and
two
this
others.
like older couple.
That cut in line.
Yes.
Okay, line.
Yes.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
Doesn't matter.
No,
It's
it
no
does.
big
I hate
deal.
them.
Did they cut in line?
Yeah, you said they shuffled numbers though.
No,
so.
they sat in the row behind us. They were calling a row at a time. She was
Yes.
sat directly behind
and they
us.
just
That's
went.
right. And they just
She
went.
And she just went.
But I will say the woman kept she kept trying to get the guy to come over and give us stuff. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
The guy walked by and she like tapped my shoulder and she's like, "Oh, there's the guy with the
I
stuff."
think she was trying to get a hat, and then he came over and gave both of us hats. She was like, he's giving out stuff, and we were like, hey! And then he came over with 2 hats and handed them to me and John, and I could feel her like seething behind us.
Ethan. Thanks, Ethan.
We get into the tent with these 2 cheaters, and
Cheaters.
Annie nails it right off the bat. They're like, "Okay, you're gonna give us 30 seconds. Give us a little like who you
Elevator
are.
pitch.
What you give us your elevator pitch."
45
Annie
seconds.
nailed it.
I'm Annie. Born and raised in San Diego. I'm
Actually,
a
I
small
said
business
that.
owner.
I don't
I'm a
remember if
wedding
you said that.
planner here. I've moved to Hawaii
Started
and
my own
Mexico.
small
that was like the
business.
last minute. You
Yes.
like really dug
She-
into how I
yeah.
last
Ooh.
second.
She was like, "I've lived a lot of lives." That was awesome.
I was like, I lived in Hawaii and Mexico, but I still keep
At
coming
the
back
end,
home.
it was looking like she was looking for a buzzword. She's like, "I lived in Hawaii and Mexico." And
Well, because she kind of roughly said like, say if you like to travel or not.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
was like,
because they want people who want to win
want to
trips.
go on trips. Yep. And then I went next. I said kind of a similar thing. I thought I did pretty
did
good.
great.
Like I said, I'm getting on the show.
I
so.
want you to get on.
I don't know. At home, you said 80%, and just now you jumped to 90%.
After the
Turn the cameras on and he gets real confident.
after the passing of time, I get more confident day to day.
That's the further away you get from the
was
actual audition.
there a big video camera that they would press
No.
play?
No, no recording.
Okay, and here's the thing, right?
was
They're
just a
like,
girl
these
with a
are our
clipboard.
show producers.
Actually,
And
was
maybe-
there a camera?
No.
No, there wasn't.
And maybe she was like writing notes.
Might be the next round.
And
Yeah.
Karen, maybe you can give us some insight on this.
Yeah, thank you, Kara.
These people looked maybe my age.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I was like, are you really a producer on this show?
They're probably not producers. They're probably producers' assistants.
I was seeing a lot of notes written when the 3 of us went up.
Yeah.
And then when by the way, John also nailed it.
So
I was.
good.
I hate.
You kind of tapered off at the end.
Yeah, sure.
You kind of ran out of stuff to say, but you nailed like I'm a podcaster. I love podcasting
because
about stuff.
I was waiting to see if you guys were going to say that. Because I was like, if they're not going to say it, then I'm just going to say it.
That's your
Podcast.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's an easy pitch. But it's hard because it's 45 seconds. Like, again, I don't like auditioning at all.
Yeah.
But if I have to audition and you give me 45 seconds, like, I definitely don't.
Great.
I'm not going to come up with anything.
No,
you know what I'm
of course
saying?
not. And then so the 3 young bucks go. We nailed it. And then this old lady, she was like, "Oh well, I'm here with my husband. I love my family.
She's a college
I'm a
professor,
teacher. I'm a
right?
college professor," and kind of just does like, okay, she's not going to get on the show, but she did well.
And then it goes way worse.
And then her husband goes, I'm here with her, and that's all you need to know.
And that's a pretty good personality.
That
If
was-
he kept going.
No, it
'cause
was
it's funny.
I'm embellishing it a little bit. It was not that at all. He was
And then
like
the producer was like,
he was
I
almost.
actually do need to know more.
She goes, "Tell me more. Like, what do you do?" He goes, "I'm a teacher, and I love my family."
He teaches economics.
She goes, "What do you teach?" He goes, "Economics." She goes,
Yeah.
"Great. What level do you teach?" He goes, "College." She goes, "Okay, thank you so much." Like,
Poor guy did not want audition.
he didn't want to be there. And
Like me.
he was
He's like
making
me.
it very clear. I think he may have sabotaged his wife in the process. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
poor guy.
And then they tell us, just look out for an email. It can be anywhere from 2 weeks to a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Year.
You literally, we still haven't heard from Family Feud.
I mean, we're on the
I
short
want
list.
you guys to know I will not respond to an email if I get an email.
John,
You know what, John?
you don't have
You're
to
psycho.
respond,
No
but
shot.
can you please just
Money.
inform me
I'll
that
tell
you...
you. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Actually,
I'll tell
you know what? Don't tell me, because I'll want you to go on the show.
and I will.
Tell me like 6 months after the fact. Be like,
Okay.
oh yeah, I got it, but I didn't want to do it.
If it was like, if they emailed being like, yeah, we want you on the show, I'd do it. If they're like, we want to do another round of interviewing, I'd be like,
So
no, it
that's
doesn't-
means you're
what,
getting
when I
on the
called my
show.
mom, she asked, she was like, oh, see what they do. Cause I want to see how different it is from when I auditioned. Cause she did it in the 90s. And she said her first audition was the same thing, like a 30-second pitch quick. Then she got
I
called.
wonder what she said for that pitch.
in the 90s.
She
she's
probably
a
said like,
mom.
oh no, she said she was an actress.
That's right. We do have the tape of the actual episode.
Yeah, we have mom's episode.
Hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's great.
But she said the second round they flew her out to Vegas to do like a
John.
mock thing.
You can't tell me if we get picked to fly
could
out
be
to
changed.
Vegas
It could
for
be
a second
changed
round.
now.
We're going.
Honestly, the 2nd
I'll go-
round,
if we're both in it, yes.
the second
Deal.
round would probably be like Family Feud when it's like a Zoom.
If you get it,
Thing.
I'm just gonna tell you I got it, and it'd be like, yeah, let's go.
I got it too.
Gosh.
Yeah, I remember
It was rough.
giving Tina crap for that because she goes like on the show, she's like, I'm a mom and this, and I do
I'm an
some-
aspiring
and
actress.
I do some modeling on the side.
Oh, whoa.
No, acting, not
no,
modeling.
she said I do modeling on the side.
No, it was acting.
I recorded it.
She
I'll
was an
pull it up
extra.
later.
I'll
in-
pull it up later. I'll pull it up
No.
later.
no.
But
Anyways,
yeah, it was a relatively fun process, and it was quick. I mean, we were done by 12:15.
Yep.
And we kind of moseyed in at like 10:30. We didn't really get there at 10.
Yep.
So it was kind of a quick process. So that's also why I was like, it was fine. I just
Yep. Yep.
hate like sitting there.
It's the auditions that don't do like the national tours that take forever. The ones you have to go to LA and sit in a
Zoom.
line for hours and
yeah.
hours and hours for.
Yeah.
yeah, we
I just
did
had a bad
that.
experience with my last one. That's why. I think we got so close and then just like literally didn't get on.
Yeah.
And it was like
What
Bummer.
happens?
we drove. I mean, they paid us, but it was. which
You're
is cool,
heartbroken,
but-
is what it is. You wanted to be.
No,
in
I
it.
just think it's dumb. I think it's like
No, that's
I don't
fine.
think
That's
TV.
showbiz.
I don't think TV is as alluring as it used to be, and that's the problem. Like,
Sure.
Like if this was 10 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, like TV, that's crazy. But like now, it's like, what even is TV? You know, it's like it's so like second tier in the world of media. I feel like now.
I'm honestly, John, couldn't care less about the fame. The accolades, I'm getting on that show. And I'm gonna win some money.
I
I'm gonna win
really
a
hope
car.
you do.
They always give away cars and stuff.
Do you
Come
think?
on, man.
So next week, I'm going to prepare a Wheel of
Yes.
Fortune test run,
Oh my god, I love
and I
that.
want to see how you do.
Deal.
Okay, cool.
Deal.
I'm gonna
It's
do
like
it.
guess. It's like basically like playing Wordle. You just guess letters and then guess the word, and I play
so
Wordle
next
every day.
week, I'm going to host Wheel of Fortune, and you all three are going to play.
On the,
Easy.
Is that a post show thing or is that a
It will
No,
make
it's on the show.
Easy
maybe
money.
I'll do like a little on the show, and then make like a video, a separate
Big
like,
money.
BTS
Big
one.
Money. Man. Big things coming your way. Catch us on Wheel of Fortune circa 2027.
Can't wait? Oh my god.
By
No,
then I'll
it'd be
be married.
2025 probably.
By then, well,
By then I'll also be married.
oh,
maybe.
good for you. Tell me about that.
You just, set a goal.
Okay.
Got it.
Meet it.
Okay.
Listen, your girl's on the dating apps.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And she's a swipe in. And I've enlisted the help of some friends to swipe with me.
Okay.
John's wife, Jordan.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the big screen. I'll give her the phone.
You
I'll
guys
give
were
her
just telling me
access.
about that.
I will
So
say it was hilarious because they went to coffee yesterday. And
Uh-huh.
I was like relaxing in my room. Like I was like laying on my bed watching a TV show, and then Jordan
Reclining.
comes home. She's like, "Annie's here. You want to come down?" And I was like, "Maybe." And then I came down, and I had a great time. But I was like, I literally told Annie, I was like, "It's funny because when Jordan first came upstairs, I did not want to come downstairs, and now I'm having a great time.
Were you guys playing board games?
Yeah, we
We
played
did.
Sequence.
We played Sequence. If you haven't played Sequence,
I love the
go.
thought process of you. Like, let's see, it's my Sunday afternoon. Annie's downstairs. Do I want? No. But then, like, you know what? I'm glad I did.
Aw, thanks, Annie.
Shit,
Do
actually.
you go through that every time you have to interact with other people?
No, just me.
Oh, just
Well,
Annie moments.
It's only when
At least you can
it's
hide
only
in your
when-
house.
It's only when
That's
I
true.
have friends that like I see a lot. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Annie's here like 4 times a week, so it's like,
Yeah.
do I want? I'm like,
You're
I was,
welcome.
I was snuggled up on my weighted blanket. I was watching my favorite show.
Jordan comes
and I was
downstairs
like-
and she's like, John looks like a corpse. Like he has his arms straight down by his side with a weighted blanket on
You know
top,
what's crazy?
staring straight
I
ahead
heard-
at
My
the
God.
TV.
I heard Jordan come up the stairs, and I almost did like, I'm gonna fake sleep.
Nice.
And then I was like, yeah, that's kind of rough because I'm not very good. She usually can tell.
And that's John on anxiety. Maybe I'll just play dead.
Fake sleep.
Yeah, I'll just
That
play
is
dead
John
and then she won't
anxiety.
get me.
That's hilarious. Maybe
man.
she won't see me if I don't move.
If I just
struggle.
Okay, so let's just back up
Sorry.
just a little bit here. You
I'm getting married in 2025.
stream your dating app
Yes.
onto the TV,
Yes.
and then the rest of us go yay or nay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah,
I love
really
it.
fun.
Okay.
basically.
I love helping
We've
swipe.
done it
Guys,
with
we
you
can do it at
before.
lunch today.
We've done it with you before.
I don't know if I've done that before.
Me, you. It was the three of us.
Valentine's.
and Ryan.
No, on Valentine's we did Hinge for you, but
Yeah.
that didn't end
We
well.
can do it at lunch. You guys can, take over my.
I love it.
I
dating
will
app.
say it is
Yes.
very interesting. Like when you get to look, because again, I wasn't on dating apps, and I know you weren't at all, right?
No, not at
And
all.
So I didn't have a lot of experience, unfortunately, with it. So it is kind of interesting to see what people put on there as like
Yeah.
I'm trying to attract the other.
In a way, it's like your 45 seconds at the
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune audition.
And
it's like,
some-
what are your best qualities?
I'll say the wildest part
Uh-huh.
is everybody on the profiles, at least the ones yesterday, they all have an audio file.
Yes.
Where you answer a question. And the audio file
I like
is
that.
always like most of the guys were creepy. It was like,
Oh, really?
hey, my friends think I'm really cool. Like it's really whispery and like breathy. And I'm like, this is weird. But I'm like, what a bold choice.
Yeah, because I think when I think about that, like, I feel that there's guys that are jumping on there, Annie, correct me if I'm wrong, that are like kind of doing it like not as a joke, but like, oh, like I'm too cool for this. Like I'm almost
Oh.
ironically doing it.
There's one, and John was like, I don't get it. And his whole thing was like, my worst decision. He's like, downloading this app.
And it's
get
like it's
it.
like you are only disservicing yourself if
Yeah.
you're not taking it seriously. Like
Yeah.
you don't really want to meet someone, you just want to hook up. Like ironically, like
Yeah.
And then I see some profiles, and Annie didn't really get this part, where they're like really like you can tell they're not selling themselves
Yeah.
like correctly because they're like on God, like church every Sunday, and I'm like, you're really pushing like this persona that you are this like Christian,
want a church girl.
godly person, and I'm like,
And what if you're just a little bit not, and you find that one like actually crazy church person who's
Right.
like pissed at you for not?
right,
yeah.
Living
And
up to
part
what
of me
you
is just
said.
like that can't
True.
be real,
like you can't lie on your resume.
Like every
you gotta
every answer
Well,
he
some
had,
people can.
every answer he had to do with like faith and religion, and I'm like, yeah, cool, we got it, man. Like we understand you're a Christian. You know
But
what
give
I'm
us your
saying?
real person.
But what
Like your whole
else would you like to
personality
do?
can't be
outside
church.
of church. Like, tell me who you are, because
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna go to church on Sundays, but I gotta hang out with you Mondays through freaking Saturday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That's what I'm
Life
saying.
groups every night.
right?
Damn.
And-
6 life groups, 1 church service.
And John kind of got upset about something I had on my profile.
Were you overselling the God thing?
Yeah, hold on. I got a photo of this actually.
Oh. Oh,
You're not
no.
gonna believe this.
Listen,
So
I didn't
nope.
vet my profile before because we always have to do. Jordan likes to do a check of like, okay, well, Annie, what do you have on your?
We got to
profile?
make sure we're selling you correctly.
So
Yeah.
we go down Annie's profile,
selling.
which
And I
always
had
is
kind
my
of forgotten
favorite.
what I had put on that.
One of her questions was my simple pleasures.
Okay.
And
God.
this is
Read my
her-
Bible.
This is her actual response.
On
Not
her app
joking.
currently, or have we updated
Currently,
it?
we haven't
Currently.
updated.
No. Okay.
She said, watching my friends watch funny TikToks I send them, and then weeding out those without superior humor from their reactions. Like, sorry, John, you got booted from who I send videos to because you won't get it. That's actually on her profile.
That's awesome.
No
I love that.
freaking way. Let me.
That's
that was,
so good.
That was a little fast for me. Let me
That's
break
so
that
good.
down. watching my friends watch funny TikToks.
No,
I
She
send
does that.
them,
She shares
comma,
TikToks on the screen.
Then weeding out those without superior humor for their reactions. Like, sorry, John, you got booted from who I sent videos to because you just won't get it.
And Jordan reads that and goes, "Wait, is that about John?"
That's so
And
good. That is
wasn't
so
paying
good.
attention, and I was like, "Wait,
No,
what?"
another John.
No, it's just a name. I just put the name in. It's not about you. And then John goes,
Isn't that the
"You know
craziest
what?"
response?
No, a different John. Oh no, just like a general like John. I don't mean like
John.
you, one of my
Like
best friends,
John.
John. I mean like
Then John
someone
goes,
else.
Wait a minute, you haven't been sending me TikTok.
She hasn't.
I said,
That's so
"Yes, I
freaking
am."
funny. Wow, way to keep it totally for real.
Listen, that's what I'm
funny.
saying. I'm selling myself.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And it's
You don't think
accurate.
that's intimidating for like anyone?
No, because I would think that someone with my humor would be like, funny. Like,
Okay. Word.
Swipe.
So how does it like do you want to find somebody similar to you? I imagine you want to find somebody that's like, not as funny as you. Maybe that's a me thing. I feel like
Do you think he did? Yeah.
Here's what I'll say.
I mean, what I meant to say.
Poor Kayla.
No, what I meant to say was
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I will say one. I will say
You're
one
very
of the
funny,
things
Kara,
I
No.
told Annie for her future husband is that he just can't be a funny guy.
Yeah.
Because like there's too many funny guys in our friend group. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another one is just too much. Like we just need a straight guy. Like, hey, I'm gonna play it straight. You guys be the jokey guys. And I don't know if I'm asking too much.
You
but
are. There was one guy that I swiped on, and his name was Willie. And John's getting down. He's like, "I'm not calling your future husband Willie." He said, "No way." John was really looking at it through, could I be friends with this
I
guy?
thought the same thing. You went on a couple dates with this
But
one
then
guy.
guess what?
I thought the same thing.
I was like, Willie's not it. And then it scrolls down. He goes, it was like best place to hang out. It says Pottery game or the beach. And I was like,
Willie's in.
Willie. I'm like,
Willie's
my
in.
guy.
Oh.
Willie.
Oh, you mean Willie?
Oh, you mean
Foley
Willie?
changed his too.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Willie, but you didn't say
You
Willie.
know what? You want
Got
to know
it.
something sad?
What's up?
Willie and I matched, and I unmatched him this morning.
Why'd you do that? It
Because
was
his
Willie.
message was weird. I was like,
Oh, what did he say?
Oh, well.
By the way, Willie's a fake name. We're not talking about a real Willie, right?
No, we're talking about Willie. Who cares? He's never
yeah.
going to find this
Willie's
podcast.
never going to find this podcast.
And if
Hey,
he
Willie.
does, Willie, don't be creepy, man. Just let
And
it go.
I just want to say, you mentioned that you're a podcaster on Hinge, so it's not out of the realm.
I don't think I do.
No, not on the
Did you
profile
take that
now.
off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, the one I made for you, you certainly
Yeah,
do.
yeah, podcast.
Yeah.
My favorite is when you guys did that, and then someone swiped and was like, I think to Kara's was like,
Yes.
this is the third one of you I've seen.
You've
Yeah.
been hacked. You've
Yeah.
been
And
hacked.
I'm like, bold of you to
Like
believe that
scam.
it's
You
still a real
said,
person.
yeah, I'm throwing wide nets,
Yeah,
bro.
it's called a wide net. Ever heard of it? By the way, before we move on, Cara Tafoya, my wife, one of the funniest people I've ever
Oh,
met.
Yeah,
really?
okay.
Here we
Dead
First of
ass.
all,
go.
history will show what you really mean.
Yeah,
and
I know.
You're gonna, You
I
made
will
your
say-
bed lay in it.
I already screwed myself.
What
on
I'll
that, so that's
say,
fine.
and Jordan, I've said this to Jordan too. When I married Jordan, I didn't think she was funny. She's hilarious. She is the funniest person I know.
that is crazy.
She is.
She'll never
I-
listen
to
I've
this.
literally told her
She'll
that.
never
I've
hear
literally told her that to her face. I'm like, I was surprised how funny she is. She's hilarious.
I was just marrying you for your body, but
No, there's a lot.
But now
of
I
things
know you're
love
funny,
about Jordan
too.
Brothers. Come on. There's so many things to love about Jordan besides her humor.
Oh my
Kara, you
gosh.
are funny. Don't listen to your husband.
Thank you.
Were you offended? by
Karen
that?
knows I think
No.
she's funny.
No.
And Kara exploits that all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just talked about a couple episodes about you bursting out in laughter over some noise you made.
All the time.
You made a noise and he was like started laughing his head off.
I don't know specifically what you're talking about,
No, there was something
That happens all the
There was
time.
a conversation where I said something and you started just laughing. You're like, that found me funny.
but yeah.
Yeah.
That's always how it goes.
And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a man to realize how hilarious I am. So go ahead, call this number below on your screen if you
Okay.
Great. I got
Wanna marry me in 2025?
Damn it.
put your phone number down,
Here's the
John,
number.
so you can bet them.
5.
Okay.
Let it be John's phone number down here so he
Yep.
can bet him.
No, I'm putting.
Ryan's.
I got
Put
some
Ryan's.
ideas. Actually.
Yeah, they can call me. That's fine. That's
Go ahead, call Ryan if you'd like to date me.
Damn.
No, it's 1-800
Contacts.
No, yeah, 1-800 Annie Scove.
Here's my. Oh, okay.
SKOV. Well, that.
Here's my prediction
that.
about your future husband. I think you're
Okay.
going to meet him, and we're all gonna like immediately know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just gonna be like, yeah, this is the guy.
You know, a psychic told me that once. A psychic told me I'm not going to date a lot and that I'm just gonna meet him, and like it will literally be clear to every single person.
Well, there you go. I'm confirming
Whoa.
that. Thank you.
So, are you psychic?
I'm psychic. Yes.
No,
What do
that's-
you want to know?
You've told us that before.
Yes.
Told us your psychic
Listen.
stuff.
All I'm saying is, it's about time that the committee to find me a husband starts pulling their own weight.
I put
Yeah,
in my
she-
time yesterday.
she
and I
dropped
actually
that on me
Venmo'd
the
you
other day.
The premium price for the week.
We
so
had to upgrade the
yeah, she was
premium so
out
we
of-
can continue
she
to
was
swipe.
out of likes, so I paid the $16.98 for whatever.
You
they
paid
were.
it? Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
sent it
You're
to
an
her.
investor?
I'm-
He's
I said-
investing in my
investor?
future.
Whoa.
I said
Wow.
my personal investment.
Hello,
in
shark.
futures.
Hello, Sharks.
I'm here for an investment of Hinge Premium.
For $75,
$17.
I can get premium for the year. We all pitch in $15.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'd get in on that for sure.
What was it when last time we did this? We upgraded.
But what if
to
you
do
just go through
more,
all the same
and you
guys so
forgot.
fast?
Yeah, we forgot, and then I was paying $20 a week, fully forgetting that. I was like, "What the hell is
week?
this? Is this charge?"
That's crazy. I mean, you'd have to be going on dates multiple times a week to
Hey, how
justify
many
that.
dates are you at? Can you give us an update? Because 12 for the whole year is what we decided.
I'm
on.
at 4.
4. Okay,
Hey.
that's good. That's really good.
I'll be real. The number hasn't changed since February.
Okay.
Dang.
We took a break after that one guy got in love with me and tried to marry me on the second
That'll happen.
Dang. He was cool. For like a minute, he was cool.
1 minute.
Dang.
So cool.
Speaking of cool for 1 minute, I've got one for you. You guys ever see that Dune movie?
No.
Never saw the Dune movie. In the movie Dune, this is just a little brief backstory.
Spoiler
They're
alert.
on this.
Keep going. Keep going.
Sad.
Keep going.
We're off the air.
Keep going. We're off the air. Nobody saw it. Dang it.
Fine. No, I'm sure they saw it. In the movie Dune, they're on this desert planet, and there's like no water on the planet. So they have to wear these suits that recycle their sweat and their pee, and it turns it into drinkable water.
Ooh, that is
Right?
tough.
It's
In the
gonna be
movie.
real.
Somebody made one. IRL.
No.
In real life. Real life still suit recycles body fluids into drinkable water.
Oh man.
Disgusting, people. Why?
Why not?
Well, if the science is there, like if it's truly clean water, I guess there's no problem with that. But I just don't trust it.
Have you guys seen the thing in the same realm? Is the Black Mirror episodes are coming true?
Which one?
There's like 3 that have come true. So Bumble just announced, because I guess there's a Black Mirror where it's like AI dating.
Yes.
It's your like virtual persona dating another virtual persona to see if you'd be a match.
Correct.
And Bumble's like creator just came out and like pitched it that it's in the works to have like your virtual, like an AI, like virtually like matching you
Perfect
online.
compatibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're going to like connect with each other. in
Great
order to do
episode,
it.
by the way. One of the best.
Yeah. And then I of course forget I forget the other ones, of course. But that was the one where I was like, I can't believe it's coming
Hot take.
true.
I'm not a huge
Would you do that, Annie?
No.
I'm not a huge anti-AI person. I think AI is pretty good for most
I know
of the
you also are
applications.
pro Cybertruck, so
Okay.
you have
No,
flaws.
I think AI gets a bad rap.
Yes.
Like I feel like like learning like processing systems
you.
have already been a thing on the internet for a long time.
Hello guys, have you ever heard of the robots taking over? How about we just slow your roll, okay?
I know that's what I'm saying
AI
is they
gonna
slapped
be the death of
they
us.
slapped
Annie, if they
artificial
s-
intelligence on it. Like that's been a thing for like the past, decade. Like learning
if they start
systems.
putting AI into like humanoid robots, then yeah, I'm concerned. But AI to write
But
my emails
there
for my
are-
business,
there
go
are
What's
already
for
in
it.
here.
Boston Dynamics that is building the like
Yeah, they always
dogs
build.
and
They
stuff?
always build little dogs. I literally helped Emma with the self tape this morning, where the script was an AI boyfriend was being her friend sent her an AI boyfriend.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's
okay,
what it
It
was.
wasn't Black Mirror, but it was her. You guys saw her.
the
right?
like
There's
Siri.
Scarlett
There's a
Johansson.
Black Mirror where you can upload your boyfriend, your like
Yes.
dead boyfriend's consciousness,
Yes.
and text them as if it's them. There's an
Yeah.
AI thing where it's like celebrities where you can text them as if it responds back to your text
Yep.
as if it's that
That's
celebrity.
going
Yes.
to expedite the
That was
ratio.
last week.
1,000%.
They released it was a similar thing, like an AI girlfriend, like that you could text or not text, you could talk to it and it would speak and it had a little voice, and they made a joke about it on SNL because Scarlett Johansson was the voice of that, and that's Colin Jost's wife.
Oh,
It's literally Baby Reindeer times 2. Like, okay, stalker,
Reindeer.
okay,
stalker
almost
central.
a transition. How is that like Baby Reindeer?
Because we're literally gonna just be pumping out stalkers left and right with this.
I think what you'll see is a lot more people like people, especially who struggle with any range of mental illness, is going to use that and start to forget that it's like, oh, it's not actually.
But wouldn't that
so and so?
Oh, you're saying because if they
it's
think it's a
celebrity.
celebrity.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Oh,
if
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
that have this AI thing that's slaking their need for human interaction because of whatever reason they can't normally like, you know, be in society. Like, wouldn't that be a good thing?
I
Like,
do think there's a small like sliver in which yes, it'll help people who are really lonely, and I think that's something that we're in a society where it's easy to be lonely, even in a world.
I
full
could
of-
see
full
like
of
positive
billions of people.
applications for like prisoners or like, you know, people
Right.
that, like you said, like are on the spectrum that need more help with
And I wonder, like,
learning social
this is
cues.
crazy, but I wonder, like, how much of it could be used for like self counseling, like oh, like this AI person's gonna walk you through some of your feelings and like almost like counseling, and then it's like a real affordable option to work through some problems.
Now you sent me some sort of AI video this week that was like that, and I was saying, okay, well, as long as because the problem with AI, one of the problems with AI is like it is going to respond in the way that it's programmed, right?
Yes.
So it only is able to like respond like I said, like there's a tree of responses and it builds off of, you know, learning the information from you, whatever you input into it. But people have biases. And so if like, let's say I'm programming this AI personality and I'm a racist, like whether or not I'm like, you hate black people, like my micro biases or whatever are going to come out in the technology. And so I don't know, like it's not going to be a perfect thing. And so they'll have to just like fine tune that.
You know what I need?
What do you need?
For people who are listening in terms of AI, I need an AI assistant that will like text me to remind me about stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's kind of like reminders on
that.
your phone or whatever. But
Yeah.
I need someone to be
Google
like,
Calendar, it's called.
I need someone to like when I wake up, there's a text from, and I need to name it like in my phone, and it's like
Yes.
Jeff's like, hey, by the way, remember you throw those microphones in your car because you got that thing today, because that would be helpful.
It's just called app notifications.
Was that
No,
the
but
one?
that's not the
Was that
same.
what you sent me? Was the turning like an essay or turning like emails into a podcast format?
Yes, it
That's
was
what-
Google AI. It was
That's
Google
what it was.
AI.
It was
It's
Google AI, and it was like sum up my emails into like a 5-minute like podcast.
And they make with multiple voices a podcast. They took your notes from school and they
That's what it was.
basically
That's what
helped
it
you
was.
study
Crazy.
by listening to a fabricated podcast with multiple people. And you can ask questions.
Yeah.
You can go, oh, actually, can you tell me about physics? And then it goes like, oh yeah. Well, and they're like, okay, give me a physics, like a baseball reference that includes physics. And they're like, oh yeah. So in baseball, when you swing the bat, it's like literally
That's
like
right.
that.
That's what it was.
I might go back to school. I mean, that
At that
could
point,
do
I could take
school.
on the world. Now, if they can generate it to be like a TikTok scroll, like I can just go on TikTok and then it's like, here's what you need to know for the day. Like
A curated scroll.
Yes, so I can get
And don't tell me.
my brain rot with my, you know,
And then
work
you're just
or whatever.
like, you're literally just like, did you know, I saw this thing, I was trying to solve this, and then this TikTok.
I saw
came
this
up.
thing that was like, I have a meeting today. Did you see that on TikTok?
Yeah.
So stupid.
Gosh.
AI, I love it.
Look, we already lost Annie to the scroll, the doom scroll.
The doom scroll
I'm
is
not
gone.
on
Awesome.
camera. You don't have to.
Bye,
out me
doom
like that.
scroll.
No, it cuts to
It's
you.
okay. We're all good
sometimes.
now. You're done. It's all right.
sorry,
Your
sorry.
obligation is fulfilled. Except
No.
we have to do
I
post
just, I need to do. I'm hungry.
I know. I am hungry too. I've only had coffee today. It's already 1 o'clock.
Post show. We're going to talk about your give ups for the week.
Ugh.
Give up.
I
Yeah.
don't want to talk
Give
about
out.
it.
I give up.
And give in.
I'm
And
giving
I,
out.
and I
Oh.
have to talk
know.
about the TikTok I sent you about the guy who had a heart attack at work, because that is
Oh.
crazy.
So
We'll talk about it
crazy.
later.
Yeah, we'll
Jesus.
definitely talk about that. Guys, down below in the bio, by the way, thank you so much for getting to the end of the episode.
Yeah, you're a real saint.
Yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, you can find it in our episode notes. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, you can go right down below on the bio and see our link to our Patreon. Now, for just $4 a month, that's $1 for each of us each month, you can get access to all kinds of extra content. We've got our post show. That's like, basically a whole other episode every week. We've got our, behind the scenes content we put out every now and then. Big merch drop coming soon.
You can win
Maybe.
these Wheel of Fortune hats.
Oh,
Okay, let's not be crazy.
let's
I'm
not get
keeping
carried
mine,
away.
so-
Let's say if I get on the show, I'll give away my hat. And maybe,
And he'll give away the trip he wins.
oh, you know what else I got?
Okay, you're crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely not going to do that. Wheel of Fortune keychain. But that's it. So go down there, get on our Patreon, support us monetarily. Guys, you know, a lot of overhead on this show, a lot of extra costs. Paying royalties out to John every week for...
Yeah, I thought 30% was a steal for you guys.
yeah,
but
turns out... Ooh, not making as much money as we thought we were going to on this show. So thank you so much for supporting us. Ladies, any final thoughts before we head into the PS?
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
That's our team player, Annie Skovman there.
As Smartless would say,
No.
something
Don't
they always say,
reference
like,
another podcast.
they always end with like something like you know.
Wait, so you brought this up
know.
and you didn't know the answer?
They always
Yeah,
have a
awesome.
clever way of saying bye. In
On the
another
couch as
word.
always, Garrett Tafoya, Annie the Skovman. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And we'll see you next week on What the Podcast. Like that? Is it like that?
No, they're always like, you know, they say that you should go ride your
Welcome back to
bicycle.
Armchair Expert.
Oh, they
best
play
show
on
on the
that.
planet.
We can just end ours by
Oh,
going,
Dak
what the
Shepard.
podcast, ass.
What the Podcast? Ass.
That was so off the cuff.
What the podcast.
Can you clip that?
Ass.
That's pretty good.
Crazy.